Hey guys, welcome again to day 8. It's part 2 of day 8 today, special session. I'm doing 2 videos. Again, my name is Mark. This is coming to you on my personal development journey over the next 3 to 4 months. And I wanted to share this second video with you today instead of wait till tomorrow, because with going with the spirit of speed of implementation, that's as soon as I learn something, applying it and sharing it, I wanted to share this message with you. I did an exercise yesterday on an abundance webinar. My good friend Noreen Kassam is running it, or runs abundance webinars every Sunday night, and she does it another day throughout the week as well. You can find out more about her at Noreen or meetnoreen.com. So that's meet as in MEET, and then Noreen NOREEN.com if you want to find out more about what she does and how she can help you on your personal development journey and finding out more about who you are as a person in your mission. But as a side note, what we did is we did an exercise yesterday that was so powerful, and I think it's going to impact every single person listening to this video. So one of the things that we did was we wrote out a list, okay? We wrote a list of where our energy is going on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, wherever that could be. So think of energy as anything that you are putting out and anything that you could potentially be receiving. So when I compliment someone, that's energy. It's a form of positive energy that I'm putting out there. When I go to work and work 9 to 5, that's energy I'm putting into my job. And when I get a paycheck back from my job, that's energy I'm receiving from my job for the work that I put out. Even money is energy. When I have a conversation with someone, that's energy. When I create a website or offer a product or service to people in the marketplace, that's energy that went into that, and I'm offering energy to other people, something that's going to help them. So look at everything as energy. And then what we did as a form of an exercise was write down 20 areas where we're giving energy in life. So I wrote down things like I'm giving energy to certain bills that I'm paying, like my cell phone bill, my internet bill, certain membership sites that I'm part of that help with my growth and personal development every month. And things like giving people compliments daily, or things like making these videos. They're me giving some of my energy and putting it out into the world. So I went down a list of about 20, and as everyone else did on the webinars. And then the second thing, here's where you want to pay attention, and I encourage everyone listening to do this exercise today when you have some time. The thing is now you want to look at each one of those items, and you want to ask yourself, how do I feel about the energy I'm putting into this item specifically? So what emotion do I feel? Do I feel good or excited when I'm getting a paycheck? Probably. You feel good when you get paid. It feels like you've been rewarded. Hopefully you do, at least, right? How do I feel when I invest in good, healthy food rather than talk myself out of it and go for the cheap stuff that may be less healthier for me? How do I feel when I pay a bill, when my school loan bills come out, or when I have to pay a cell phone bill, or when I get to pay a cell phone bill, I should say? What are the emotions do you feel? Do you feel like you dread these things, or that you're happy to receive these things and happy to give out this energy? See, that is so important because, as part of a personal development journey, remember, the quality of our life, the way we feel about everything is so, so, so important. And if there's areas that we're not even, consciously aware of or paying attention to that are dragging us away or making us feel, not good, and we have to do these things regularly, like pay bills, which we all do, and, spend money on food, which we all do, then that's sort of taking away from the quality of our life. But here's the other kicker. If you dive a little bit deeper, you may even realize that some of these habits, some of these thoughts may actually be holding you back from doing something that you're supposed to do, or something that's actually going to help you reach your goal. Remember on day 1 when we were talking about setting an intention and setting a goal over the next 3 to 4 months and wanting to be somewhere? Well, these thoughts that you might not even be aware of on how you're putting out your energy, or things that you're receiving back from, I guess, another form of energy, could be things that potentially will prevent you from taking action. So let's talk about that. So here's what I mean by that. You might think, well, Mark, what does this have to do with me? Well, sure, let's say you want to be a healthier person, but as soon as you go and look at the price tags for healthier food out there, you start to say, well, I don't feel good about spending that much money on that, I'd rather just buy the cheaper stuff that's fried and eat that. You see what I mean? Which is ultimately not going to necessarily make you feel any better, because you're not moving towards your goals, and you're probably going to feel a little bit sluggish sometimes after you eat things like that. Or what about if you're running a business and you have to get a website and you have to pay money for that and it's going to be like $2,000, or you need a coach to help you and that's going to cost you, I don't know, maybe $400 or $300 a month, and you start looking at that investment as something like, oh, where you're cringing. You don't want to give out that energy, that money, to receive the energy back from either good food, which is going to help you feel better and make you more creative, or investing in that coach, which is going to give you ideas, inspiration, accountability that's going to help you move towards your goals. So you're putting a restriction or a block in the energy that you're giving out in order to receive the energy that you want back, that you know is essential for you to receive your goals or to achieve your goals. And even if you're doing it with that cringing energy, the benefit's not going to be the same. That's why energy and the intention, the emotions that we put into everything is so important. If I look at that money that I'm going to be investing in food as a way of being thankful for having the money to invest in that, because I know that when I buy that food and when I eat that food, it's going to give me more energy and more clarity and focus, so that everything I do that day, I'm going to do way better than I would do if I didn't eat that food. And it's going to make sure that it sets me in the right direction so that I have energy that lasts me out throughout the entire day, rather than eat something that's going to make me feel sluggish and less likely to want to do the things that I know I should do that day. It's going to make a completely incredible difference. And then when I look down the road, it's also going to have so much more health implications for me. I'm going to feel better about myself. I'm not just going to get more work done. I'm going to feel better about myself. So if I can look at that and be grateful that I even have the money to do that and see the benefits that it's going to give me, knowing that it's going to give me 1,000 times benefit after I invest that, I'm going to receive 1,000 times more benefit back. If you adopt that belief, then you're actually going to get the benefit from using your energy on the things that you know you need to do. Let's look at the website. If we're buying it with cringing and saying, oh, I don't want to put this money there, but you need a website so that you can offer your products and services to people, and you actually adopt a belief and say, well, hey, you know what? If I put this money into this website, this is going to help me because, not only am I grateful for having that $1,800 or that $2,000 to pay for that website, but I know that when this website's done, it's going to give me the ability to receive everything I've put into it 1,000-fold back, because I'm going to help so many customers. I'm going to help so many people realize their dreams. I'm going to serve so many people. So this $1,800 is really a drop in the bucket compared to what I have the potential to receive back. Do you see how we flip this on its head? That's an amazing idea. So if you guys can start adopting that belief that you're going to receive whatever energy you put out there, that you can receive, and your intention is to receive 1,000-fold, if not more, back from that investment, then you're going to feel a lot better about that investment, and you're going to actually realize the results of that investment a lot quicker. Now, what happens if you can't do that? What happens if you look at a few things and like I did, and realize that maybe some of those things that I'm doing right now are not actually, or where I'm putting some of my money, are not actually going to contribute to my greatest good. So for example, I looked at some of the things on there, and I was paying money every month for things I never even use. One of them, I have a nice gym at my condo here. One of the things that I look at is, I also pay for commercial gyms, which I may use once a month, or sometimes I almost never use them. And I'm paying them, maybe $67 or so per month. And, these are sometimes things we don't necessarily notice. But when I look at that, I'm like, could my energy be going somewhere else where it's actually going to give me a return on my investment? Or could I potentially start using that gym a little bit more so that it feels like it's worth it to me to be investing that money? Another thing I looked at was a membership site that I pay for every month. And when you translate it into Canadian dollars, it comes to about $400 or so a month that I'm paying on something. So, basically almost $5,000 a year for a service that helps me get information and knowledge to help improve my skills as an online marketer, and as a person that's able to sort of serve my ideal audience. And I noticed, and I looked at it, I'm like, well, I appreciate this, I like it, but I noticed I'm not using it anywhere near the amount that would make it worth me putting, $400 to $500 a month, Canadian dollars, into this site. So what could I do to change this? So the two things you can either do is change your belief, which is what we just talked about, flipping it on its head, knowing that we're going to receive 1,000-fold, and really adopting that belief back what we invest in it. But I would say, Two is either that or changing your behavior. So either we stop investing in that item that doesn't make us feel good, or we find out a way in which we can invest in that item that's gonna make us feel good. So for me, it just made me realize that I need a greater commitment to start using those videos and trainings that I'm receiving from that website more consistently, even if it's watching a couple of weeks, so that I'm actually applying this in my business and I feel like I'm getting a benefit that's worth me investing that money. And then I feel good about that outflow of money and what I'm getting back. So there was probably 2 or 3 things on my list. The other one was my cell phone. But when I look at it, I don't really make many calls on my cell phone. So, paying $100 a month may not be the most important thing. And I always have my laptop with me. So I always have my, Wi-Fi and internet connection there, and I can go on my social media channels. So I'm like, how can I use my phone a little bit better so that I feel more a return on investment? Well, right now I'm using it to film this video right now, and so I use it to film some of my videos if I don't have another camera with me. Or the other thing I can start doing is leveraging it a little bit better, doing some of my social media posts from this, or using it for my audio when I'm working out in the morning, and making sure that I'm making the full use of the phone every single day. So that $100 is returning back to me 1,000-fold. And just having a means for some of my clients to get a hold of me when I'm not in front of Skype on my computer, that they can get me on my phone. So it's asking yourself that question, what is this really doing for me, and what energy am I putting into this, to see if it's really worth it for you guys. So I hope that this helped. Key thing to take away is to take a look at the energy that you're putting out and how you feel about that energy that you're putting out, whether it be work, your business, or relationships, or whatever else may be. And then how do I feel about the energy I'm receiving back? How do I feel about the money I'm receiving back? How do I feel about the bills that I'm receiving? Do I feel good and grateful for these things? And have I adopted a belief that whatever I'm spending my time and money and energy on, that I'm going to receive that benefit back 1,000-fold, and coming from a place of complete gratitude that I'm in a position to receive that, to pay for those services? And if not, how can I change my belief, or change where I'm putting my energy into something else that will give me that benefit, that will give me that result? So guys, I love you. I hope you took one thing away from this video. I hope that you're applying it today. I know I am. I know I'm making use of that membership site that's costing me, around $400 and something a month, which I'm investing in myself, and I'm going to start applying that more consistently in my business, because I believe that it actually is a valuable component for me to be the person that I want to be, and to offer the service that I want to offer to the world. So take care, guys. Have an amazing Monday. Watch both of these videos, and I'll see you tomorrow on day number 9. Cheers.